All right, so good morning everyone and welcome to our yoga class today. We are going to start in the semi-supine position. We'll be laying on our backs with our knees bent and our feet on the floor, or you can have your knees resting over a bolster. Let's bring our hands to rest onto our abdomen and just letting the hands be soft. Elbows and shoulders also relaxed, ensuring that your neck is nice and long and that your spine is comfortable. And begin to notice your breath. So it could be the touch of the breath in the nostrils, it might be the movement in the body, it could be the sound of your breath, or something else that draws your awareness. Just stay with this for a moment. And then do begin to take your focus to the low lobes of the lungs, sending the breath down into the low lobes. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of your belly. And also on the inhale, the expansion of not only the front, but also the sides and back of this low lobular area. And a letting go as you exhale. Allow the breath to become deeper and longer and slower without forcing or straining your breath. And after your next exhale, slide the hands to rest over the mid-lobes with the heels of the hands on the rib cage, the fingers coming over the front of the rib cage, just resting underneath the breasts, ladies. Again, letting the shoulders, elbows and hands relax as we bring our attention to the mid-lobes, feeling the expansion and the letting go of the rib cage with the breath. And after your next exhale, coming to the high lobes with the hands, middle fingers towards the center of the collarbones. And relaxing the arms and hands. And noticing the slight rise and fall. And your awareness rests with the high lobes. After the next exhale, move your left hand back to the mid-lobes, leaving the right where it is as we go into our full yoga breath. Letting the breath be smooth as it flows. On the inhale, firstly it moves down into the low lobes, then lifts into the mid-lobes, and then the high lobes. You'll have a little pause there, and then on the exhale, it flows out low, mid, and high lobes. Continue with this breath, smooth and flowing, expanding the capacity and the awareness of your lungs, and then releasing and letting go. Noticing if your awareness is staying with your breath or whether your mind has wandered. Just bring it back. Flow of the breath. Then after your next exhale, bringing both hands down by the sides with the palms down. Continue with the full yoga breath, letting the arms float. So as you inhale, they come up and over behind, keeping the elbows and shoulders soft. And as you exhale, they float back down by the sides. Keep this going. Once the arms come up and over behind, have a big stretch and a yawn. And then removing any bolsters and blankets, lengthening out your legs, having your arms a little away from the body with the palms down. The heels are about shoulder distance apart. And we're going to do around about 8 rounds of the Kaya Kriya. So continuing with the full yoga breath, and each lobe as we inhale or exhale is related to a movement. So let's exhale. And then inhale to the low lobes as we roll our feet and legs in as far as we can. Mid lobes, the arms and palms turn up and then roll as far away from the body as you can. High lobes, head rolls to the right. And then we begin the exhale to the low lobes as the feet and legs roll out. As the exhale for the mid lobe starts, you roll your hands and arms back towards the body as much as you can. High lobes, head to the left. And then inhaling low lobes, the feet and legs start to roll. Mid lobes, hands and arms moving away. High lobes, head to the right. Exhale, low lobes, feet and legs rolling all the way out. Mid lobes, hands and arms roll back towards the body as much as you can, and then high lobes head to the left. So let's keep this going now. Movements related to the lobular breath. Maintaining your focus with the movements and the breath. And once you're done with your next exhale, just relaxing back to the center, turning the palms up, breathing naturally. Feeling sensations in the body. And then bending the knees into semi-supine. So we're going to do some movements at the beginning of the Pawan Muktasan series. Let's inhale. As you exhale, bring your right thigh over the body, holding onto the shin, stretching your left leg away. Inhale. And then on the exhale, let's change legs, bringing the left over the body, stretching the right away. As you inhale, you can press your left thigh in. And then you'll change. So twice more for each side, please. And then once you're done with your left side, both knees come over the body, having a good hug in, and a little rock from side to side. Coming to the middle, inhale. On the exhale, lifting the pelvic floor, forward towards the knees, snuggle up into a little ball if that's okay with your neck. If not, let the head relax down. And now, do let the head relax down, lengthening the neck. Bringing your hands onto the top of your knees. And we're going to start to make circles with the knees. So really big, wide circles, circling them away from each other. Making the biggest circles you can with your hips. Once they come together, change directions. And then bring the knees together. And we're going to move in the opposite direction now. So you're going to bring your right knee towards your body, move your left away, and then circle them in the opposite direction. And we'll keep these circles going for a couple of rounds. It's working into the hip joints, also into the brain. Once the knees come together, change. So this time the left will come towards the body, the right will move away and circle. And then once they come together, bring the thighs back over the body, widen your knees, point them out towards the armpits. Slide your hands down the inner lower legs, hold on to either the big toes or the ball of the feet and lift them up into the air. Happy baby pose. And have a little rock from side to side. Coming back to the middle, just relax into that, let the arms be heavy. And then release, bending the knees, taking your feet down to the mat. Bring your arms out to the side at 90 degrees to the body with the palms up, knees and ankles together. Inhale. As you exhale, let the knees and feet rock towards the right, turning your head to the left. On the inhale, come back to the center. And as you exhale, let your knees rock towards the left, head turns to the right. So let's keep this going, spiraling along the spine, moving again with the breath. And then once your legs return from the left next time, come to the center, widen the feet, wider than your hips, and start to rock the legs from side to side again. Working more into the front of the hip joints now, as well as the spine. And once your knees return from the left, come back to the center and step your feet back to semi-supine position with your feet in line with your hips. Actually, I did mean to get you to put your knees and ankles together. So interlace your hands behind your head. And then inhale and let the elbows come up towards the ceiling. The head is nice and heavy, and on the exhale, you bring your elbows towards your thighs. So you might want to just sort of wriggle from side to side, walking your shoulder blades away from your hips, and then settle into this, letting the head be very heavy, elbows towards the thighs, and start to breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. So holding onto the head. Now we're going to slide the legs away, extending through the heels, toes back towards the knees, elbows towards the toes, letting the head be heavy and breathe. And then inhale, releasing the head down, elbows wide, and then stretch your arms back over the head, stretching from heels to fingertips. Bring your arms back down by your sides, bend your knees, and roll on to your left side. So you're going to take your left arm out underneath your ear so it's stretched out up above your head. And I'd also now ask you to get your fingers kind of, they look a bit like a spider, so just your fingertips are going to be on the floor in front of your belly to help you balance, and then stretch your legs out long. So kind of as if you're standing up, but obviously you're not. And then inhale. And on the exhale, draw your stomach muscles towards your spine, and also lift up through the left side of the waist. Now, it's not really going to move too far, but it's the idea of a little lift that we want there. So the fingers are on the floor to help you to balance. We want to keep that little lift in the left side of the waist. Now we're going to inhale and raise our right leg up into the air, just as high as it feels comfortable. And if you feel like your left waist is starting to push into the mat, then you need to stop there. And then exhale and lower the leg really slowly with control. Inhale, raise that right leg up nice and slow, as high as it goes without a dip in the waist. And then exhale and lower down. Now maybe you want to take your fingers off of the floor and place them onto your right hip this time. You might need them to stay there. Inhale, raise that upper leg up. And then exhale and lower it down. All right, now this time, still maintaining that little lift in the waist. We're going to inhale and raise our right leg only to hip height, and then exhale, lift your left leg up to meet it. Inhale, hold it there, and then exhale, lower both down. Inhale, raise the right leg to hip height. Exhale, left leg comes up to meet it. Hold for a couple of breaths now, keeping your balance, drawing your stomach muscles towards your spine. Little lift up through that waist. And then exhale and lower the legs. Bring your fingers back in front of your belly. Bend your knees in front of you so that they're at 90 degrees to your body, and your lower legs are a 90-degree angle with your knee. Now take your arms out in front of your shoulders, palms on top of each other, and you could have your head support under your head if you wanted to for this one. So the hands and arms are kind of like crocodile nose. And then we shall inhale and take your right arm up towards the ceiling, following with your eyes and your head, and then exhale and let it rotate all the way back, opening through the chest. Try to keep your knees stacked, and then let your arm be heavy, head relaxing, breathing into the right side of the chest as it opens. And then inhale the arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the palms together. Roll onto your back and change sides. So we're going to have our right arm stretched out underneath our ear. Spider fingers in front of your belly, stretching your legs out long and stacking the hips. So inhale, and on your exhale, stomach muscles draw towards the spine, slight lift up through the right side of your waist. And then as you inhale, raise your left leg up. And exhale it slowly as it comes down. Inhale, raising the leg up. Exhale and lower. Decide whether you want your fingers to stay there or whether you can put the hand on top of your left hip. Inhale, raise the leg up. Exhale and lower. Then we inhale, raise the leg up to hip height this time. Exhale, lift the right leg to meet it. Inhale there. And exhale, release. Inhale, raise the left leg to hip height. Exhale, raise the right. Hold it for a couple of breaths, maintaining that little lift in the waist. And then exhale and release. Spider fingers back in front of your belly. Bend your knees to 90 degrees. And then bring your arms out, your crocodile nose arms, out in front of your shoulders, palms together. Inhale, raise the left arm to the ceiling, following with the eyes and the head. Then exhale, let it come back behind, opening up the chest. Arm heavy, long, slow breaths, knees stacked. And then inhale the arm up and exhale the palms together. And now straighten out your legs and roll yourself onto your belly. So just take a moment to get yourself organised there. Palms stacked underneath the forehead. Have your legs in line with your hip joints, ankles opened. And then take your arms down by your side with the palms down. Let your shoulders drop towards the floor, roll them up towards your ears, lift your shoulders up towards the ceiling, walk your fingers down towards your feet, and then broaden your shoulders, letting them relax. So keep a nice long neck as we do this, and also remember to engage your back muscles to help arch your spine up. So we're going to inhale, raise the head, the back of the head, and the right arm and the left leg. So lifting from the shoulder and the hip, and also arching up through the spine. Exhale, lower yourself down and draw the stomach muscles towards the spine. So it's a half lotus. Locust, I should say. And then inhale, raise the back of the head, the left arm and the right leg. And exhale, lower with control, drawing the stomach muscles to the spine as you come down very slowly. Inhale, raise the head, right arm, left leg. Exhale, float down. Inhale, raise the head, left arm, right leg. And exhale, float down. So stay with that, or if you'd like to this time as you inhale, raise the head, both arms, both legs. Lower slowly with control, stomach muscles gently drawing towards the spine. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, up we come. This time, holding, if you would choose to, or continue to float up and down. Just find the challenging spot that you don't have to force and focus on your breath. On your next exhale, lower yourself down, bringing your hands back under your forehead, stack them the other way this time. Take a couple of breaths. And bend your knees. Let your legs rock from side to side like windscreen wipers. Come back to the middle and lengthen out your legs. Bring your hands, palms down underneath the shoulders, elbows snuggled into the sides. And when you're ready, push up onto all fours. Widen your knees, bring your big toes towards each other, take your hips back towards your heels and come into a wide-legged child pose, either with the hands stacked underneath your forehead or stretching them out in front. And then come up onto all fours. We're going to sit ourselves down now onto our bottoms, because that's what you normally sit on. Really? Okay. So let's take our right leg just out to the right slightly and bring the left sole of the foot in towards the left thigh or knee, just wherever sort of suits you. Sitting onto your sit bones. Okay. Bring your hands to your heart center together And then we're going to inhale a big circle with the arms, bringing them up above the shoulders, fingers towards the ceiling. Turn your chest towards your left thigh. Bring your hands down onto the floor on either side of your knee. And then as you exhale, lower your chest towards your thigh, bending your elbows and maybe even taking your forehead towards the floor. And breathe. Inhale, sit yourself up, and again make a nice big circle with those arms, bringing them up above the shoulders. Turn further over the left and take your hands to the outside of your left thigh, bending the elbows and taking the forehead towards the mat. On an inhale, press into the hands, bring yourself up to seated and circle those arms up again. And relax your shoulder blades down towards your spine. Now turn your body towards your right thigh. A little bend in your knee and extending through the heel. We're going to inhale up through the fingers and through the crown of the head. And then on the exhale, hinge forward from the hips first, and then bring your hands down onto your shin, your right shin. And then let your head drop towards your knee. So we should be feeling a stretch in the back of the leg. Just relaxing the body. And then inhale, come up to seated, circling the arms up again. Turn your chest towards your left thigh. Take your right hand onto your left thigh. And now twist towards the left just a little bit more. On the inhale, stretch up through your fingers, your left fingers, and then on the exhale, arch over the right thigh, taking your left fingers towards your right toes. Now, in most of us, unless we've been ballet dancers or gymnasts before, are not going to make it. So it's about having a stretch along the left side of the body. And breathe into the left rib cage. And then inhale yourself up, taking the left hand down to the side behind, just where it feels comfortable. And then inhale, come up onto your left knee and your right heel. Take your right arm in front of your face and then up near your ear, and you're going to stretch from the outside of your right foot all the way through to the right fingertips, a big long side stretch. And then bring yourself down to seated, let the arm wrap in front, and then continue a big circle with both arms as they come up, palms together to the heart center. Take your hands down, change legs. So we want to have our left leg lengthened out, a little bit off to the left side, bringing your right foot into your thigh or towards your knee. Sitting onto your sit bones, bringing your hands to your heart center. And then inhale that big circle, arms up above the shoulders. Turn towards your right thigh, hands to either side of the knee on the floor, and then exhale, taking the chest towards the thigh and your forehead towards the floor. And then inhale, push into the hands, circle the arms up above the shoulders. Turn further over the right thigh, hands to the outside, and then bend those elbows and take your forehead towards the floor. Press into the hands, inhale, come up to seated, big circle with the arms. Turn your body towards your left thigh, bend the knee slightly, extend through the heel. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine and the fingers. Exhale, hinge forward, and then take your hand down onto your shin. Relaxing the head, feeling a stretch in the back of your leg. Inhale, coming up. Let the arms come up above the shoulders again. Turn your body towards your right thigh. Take your left hand onto your right thigh. Swivel around towards the right a little more, and then inhale, stretch up through the right fingers. On the exhale, stretch your right fingers towards your left toes as you enjoy a side stretch. So the left side of the body will be moving towards the left thigh. And then inhale, come up with the arm and then just swing it down and place it down off to the side. Come up onto your right knee, your left foot, swing your left arm in front of your face, up near your ear, and have a big stretch along the left side of the body. And then releasing, the arm comes down in front, the bottom comes down. We'll keep a big circle going, palms together, and then bring them to the heart center. And then relax your hands down to the side. Stretch both legs out, give them a bit of a pump. And then have a look at your feet and circle your ankles. Go back the other way. And come into the middle. So let's now come over onto our hands and knees. Tucking the toes under, just walking your hands back and sitting onto your heels for a moment. Stretching the feet. Let's give our wrists a roll. Then go back the other way. Bring your fingers down near your knees. Now you can come up. We're going to come up to standing. So you can lift your knees up and come into a little squat and then use your thighs to stand up. Or you can have your fingers down, let your heels come down and then bring your elbows onto your knees. Or you can get up however you need to. And then just press into the feet and come all the way up to standing. So I'm just going to take my jumper off. Sort myself out here. Okay. So feet wide. Let's do a little body wrapping. And then come back to the middle. Let your arms come out to the sides, palms up for now. We'll have our right palm up and our left palm down. We're going to swivel into the shoulders. So let's look at our right hand, and as we inhale, we're going to roll it round, the thumb's going down, the left arm's moving in the opposite direction. And then as we exhale, we'll rotate them over and look towards the left arm. And then inhale, move back to the right. And exhale, rotating the arms and looking towards the left. Both palms up. Move your feet back underneath your hips. Bring your hands onto your shoulders. Chin towards the chest, elbows together. And make some really huge circles with your elbows. Just keep them moving around and letting your chin come towards your chest as they come together. And lift it up as they go big and wide. And keep moving like this. Once the elbows come towards each other, move back in the other direction. Opposite circles, really big. Rotating through those shoulders, lubricating the joints. And then once the elbows come together, just unfurl the arms. Okay. So now just have your feet shoulder distance apart and take your right hand to rest in the middle of your back. Your elbow pointing up to the ceiling as much as you can, and your head is lifted and your spine stay nice and long. We're going to take our left arm in a big circle now and take the hand onto your right elbow. Inhale. And as you exhale, press the right elbow with your left hand and move the right hand further down your back a little. So you should be stretching into your triceps, possibly into some of the rotator cuff and lat area here in your underarm. So try to keep your head up nice and long. Let your knees be soft. Inhale. And on the exhale, arch your body over to the left. So as if your back is sliding against a wall. And then inhale up, let your arms release in a big circle. Give your shoulders a roll. All right, to the other side. So we're going to take our left arm up and bend the elbow, placing the hand in the middle of the back. Try and have your elbow pointing towards the ceiling and your spine long. Then we'll take our right arm in a big circle with the right hand holding on to the elbow. Inhale. And on the exhale, pressing with your right hand so that the left hand slides down your back a little further. Again, feeling that stretch in the underarm area and the back of your upper arm. Inhale. And on the exhale, as if your back's sliding against the wall, move towards the right. And then inhale, come up, and exhale the arms in a big wide circle. Give your shoulders a roll. Go back the other way. All right. Take your arms out to the side, palms forward, relax your shoulder blades down, and wrap your arms around your body. Let the right go over the top. So try and get your hands around your shoulder blades as much as you can. And let your shoulders relax down. And let your chin drop towards your chest. So you can imagine you've got little suction caps on your fingertips. And then as you inhale, Draw the shoulder blades apart using your hands and also your breath. So really breathe into that space between your shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, just soften, relax. On the inhale, breathe into the space between the shoulder blades, pull them apart. And then exhale and soften. On the inhale, open your arms big and wide, lifting up the head. And on the exhale, again, wrap your arms around the body. This time the left coming over the top. So get the left tucked in there first, wrap the right around, relax your shoulder blades away from your ears, chin towards the chest. And then inhale, breathe into the space between the shoulder blades, pull them apart. And exhale, soften. Inhale, expanding. Exhale and soften. And then inhale the arms big and wide. And exhale them down to the sides. Excellent. Okay, so now let's take our feet wider apart, wider than shoulder distance. The wider they are, the more that you're going to be working your thighs and your legs. They definitely need to be at least as wide as shoulder distance, if not wider. Now we're going to take our left toe, our left foot, and point the toes towards the end of the mat. And then come up onto the ball of your right foot and let your heel step back. So this would mean that your right foot is either at 90 degrees to the mat, or parallel with the width of the mat, or even pointing towards the left slightly. The main thing is that you don't want your toes to be pointing away from each other. They've all got to be pointing leftish. Hands onto the frontal hip bones, and then rotate your hips back to the long edge of the mat. Then we're going to inhale our arms up, and then exhale, relax the shoulders. Palms are down. Inhale, looking towards or over the left fingers, and then exhale, bend your left knee. So we're coming into our warrior pose. And if you have a look down, all you should be able to see is your big left toe. So this would mean that your knee is above your left ankle. Once you've checked, just looking over the hand again. Keeping the legs as they are, we're going to do a reverse warrior. So taking your right hand onto your right thigh, turning your left palm up. Legs stay strong and the front one is bent. We'll inhale, slide the right hand down the leg, lifting the left hand up towards the ceiling, the sky, looking up towards that hand or just straight out towards the left. Okay, now let's take the left elbow onto the left knee. The knee is still bent. Let your right arm hang in front, let it sort of swing left and right, left and right. And then swing it up in front of your face. Let your arm come near your ear and roll your belly and the right side of your chest up towards the ceiling. In another side stretch in the gate pose. Okay, let's take that right arm up towards the ceiling, facing the palm forward. And now straighten your left leg and have your left palm also facing forward. either in front of your lower leg or your knee. We're in our triangle pose. So the important thing here is that you're not leaning forward, that if you are against a wall, your back and your right shoulder would be against that wall. And then bend your left knee again, push into that foot and bring yourself up to standing. Turn your toes forward. Bring your hands into your hip creases. Bend your knees, stretch your tailbone back and either fold just to halfway or let your fingers come down onto the floor and let your head hang. Bend the knees deeply, press into the feet, come up to standing. And now we're going to go to the other side. So we'll turn our right toes towards the end of the mat. Come up onto the ball of your left foot, stepping the heel back. Hands to the frontal hip bones and rotate your hips gently back to the long edge of the mat. Inhale the arms up to shoulder level. Palms down and exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Then exhale, bend your right knee, come into your warrior pose. Looking past your right fingers. You could also just have a little check that you can only see your right big toe first. So left hand comes onto the thigh, turning the right palm up. Keep your lower body as it is. As we inhale, reverse warrior, slide the left hand down, lifting the right arm up, looking up or to the right. And now bringing your right elbow onto your right knee. Letting your left arm hang in front and then swing it from left to right, left to right. Then swing it up past your face, arm near the ear. Rotate your left shoulder up towards the ceiling. So just opening up through the chest, I should say. And the belly, your back would be against the wall. And then take your left arm up, palm facing forward. And then straighten your right leg, having the right palm also facing forward in front of your calf muscle or your knee. Just keeping that back as if it's against a wall in our triangle pose. And then bend your right knee, press into the foot, bring yourself up to standing. Turn your toes to the front, walk your feet in, give everything a shake. Okay, so let's stand with our feet together. And bring your arms out to the side for balance. Imagine you're on a tightrope. And then we're going to take our body weight onto the right foot. Feel your foot connected like an Australian PowerPoint. And then lift the left heel and come to just have your onto your left toe. So your right foot is down and you're on your left toe. Check that you're not sticking your right hip out. Feel your right legs nice and long and draw your stomach muscles towards your spine. lift up through the crown of the head. Now this might be enough of a balance, and if it is, you may like to just stay here and possibly close your eyes. You might like to lift your foot off of the floor and bring your knee up to parallel with the floor for a balance. Breathe. And slowly take your left foot back down to meet your right foot. Let your arms relax down. Give your shoulders a roll. And then check that your feet are together. Take your arms up again. Body weight moves off to the left foot. Plug it in like the Australian PowerPoint. Feel the strength in your leg. Lift your right heel and foot off of the floor, the toes there for now. Feeling the core drawing in, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Either staying here, doing a little lift of the foot, or lifting your knee up so the thighs parallel with the floor and balance. All right, slowly place that foot down. Give your arms a shake. Take your legs wide, body wrapping. And then let's come back to the centre. And take your bolster if you have one ready for inverted posture, or you could move to the wall or your lounge and move your legs up the wall or your calf muscles onto the lounge. So just making yourself comfortable in some type of inversion. Ensure that you're nice and warm. And then settle yourself there. So once you're in your inversion, really relax and start to focus on your breath. Practicing the 1 to 10 breath. So you'll inhale on the odd numbers, exhale on the even numbers from 1 to 10. Or until your mind wanders. Notice your breath. Sensations in the feet, and ankles and legs. Taking 3 more breaths. And once you're done, bending your knees back over your body. If you're over the bolster, let your feet come down one by one. If you're against the wall or at your lounge, just let the knees be over the body for a moment. And then once you're ready, bring yourself up to a seated position. Just bending or rounding your spine out, giving your knees a hug, forward towards your knees. And then let's move into our relaxation posture. So into Shavasana, either laying down onto your back with your legs lengthened. You could have the bolster under your knees, which is amazing for your spine, just to take a little pressure off of the lower back and allow it to lengthen. So making yourself comfortable. Bringing your awareness to the breath in your nostrils. Feel the touch and the temperature of the breath. Feel sensations in the palms of your hands. Feel the little pulsing inside of your ears. The gentle pulsing around your entire body. So we'll take the journey of awareness around the body, being aware and relaxing each part that's mentioned. Starting off with the right hand side, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, foot, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and fifth. The whole right side of the body. Now to the left, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, foot, big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. The whole left side of your body. Awareness with the tips of all of the toes, soles of the feet, heels, back of the legs, buttocks, lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulder blades, neck, scalp, forehead, eyebrow, eyes, nose, cheeks, ears, jaw, mouth, chin, throat, collarbones, chest, abdomen, pelvis, tops of thighs, knees, shins, tops of feet, tips of toes. The whole body relaxed. Whole body relaxed. So please continue to relax for as long as you like or you need to this morning. I'm going to quietly slip away here now. Have a fantastic day. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease in your life. And may you be happy. Relax on.